The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
A very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. On the show today, graded action from coast to coast and north of the border. We'll head out to the West Coast, the Grade 3 Native Diver. We'll head to Churchill Downs, fillies and mares, the Grade 3 Chaluki. The seemingly invincible Pink Lloyd looking for career win number 27 up at Woodbine. Could he get that done? Our local race of the week is a first level allowance for the Pennsylvania breds. It looked like Lupe Prestigato held a big hand. We'll see whether he got himself back to the winner's circle. We'll also have the Grade 3 Red Smith on the grass at Aqueduct. And could Bob Baffert have another good 2-year-old and maybe looking forward to the Derby next year?
Life could be good, Keith.
Is that possible? We'll find out over the next 30 minutes here on Let's Go Racing. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones down at the beautiful first floor here at Parks and my good friend Dick Girardi. And Dick, as we begin to wrap up the 2020 season, when we came back to racing after the COVID break, we changed our schedule to a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday schedule, 3 days a week. It looks like that has worked really well because that's what management wants to go forward with in 2021.
Yeah, look, the handle numbers have been great, and obviously that's critical in a time where the slot revenues were just shut off for a while. They fortunately come back now. But yeah, no, it's turned out to be the right time for the simulcast numbers to come in big for Parks on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
Yep. And Dick, we do want to remind you, mentioned the Wednesdays where we just finished that 11:55. Right. So next week when you come out on Wednesday, we're back to the 12:25 post time. The programs on Fox Sports 2, we had 5 of them. They have expired, so we'll be going back to our regular 12:25 post. And of course, it is Thanksgiving weekend. We want to wish everybody the very best of the Thanksgiving holiday. Hope you guys had a great one and continue to scarf up that pumpkin pie. But Dick, let's get to some racing action. We got a lot to get to here on the program today. We'll start with our local features. I mentioned first level allowance. The Pennsylvania breds going 1 mile and 70 yards for $35,000. Kind of a cool entry here, being set out by trader Lupe Prestigato, number 1 Ronin Warrior, the 1A Hibachi. Even money here on the entry. Dick, these horses were bred at the same outfit. They were born 3 weeks apart. Now, Ronin Warrior is coming off, we can make a case for both of them. Ronin Warrior is coming off a career best.
Yeah, that was awesome. Just wire to wire, never in doubt, won by 3.5 at fast time.
Oh, you like those horses. Get to the front, get loose on the lead. Dick, the other one, Hibachi, is another interesting horse, a gelded son of Japan. Lost the first 13 races of his career, and then suddenly the light went off.
Wins a couple in a row. He beat last time, but didn't make the front last time, going 7/8. And dangerous, obviously. And by the way, my story, shockingly, this week on Let'sGoRacingParks.com was about the 2000 win man, Lupe. So.
That's it. Dick, second choice, number 3, Taxable Goods. You get a price of 2-1 on this horse, being sent out by Lynn Ashby. Has been campaigning mostly on the grass, but Dick does show some good lines on the dirt down at Delaware Park.
Yeah, some decent paper. Is it going to be good enough to beat the great man himself?
Our man Lupe. He sends out Ronin Warrior, Hibachi, even money. Here's the call. So Rolling Palisades will go on and get the lead to the first turn with Hibachi second. On the inside, it's Baby Bull in between Ronin Warrior. 3 wide at the turn, Wise Jude. Taxable Goods is away running in 6 down at the inside. After that, Aspen Extreme. Farther back to Spartak, and Democratic is at the back. So Rolling Palisades takes the field to the back stretch, leading it by 3/4 of a length. Shouted by Hibachi, who's now second by a half length. On the outside, Wise Jude up and on the pace third. On the inside, Baby Bull sits fourth. Now Taxable Goods has been taken into the clear and begins to advance on the outside. Ronin Warrior also moves up as well. So with 4.5 furlongs to go, the lead 6 are only 3.5 lengths apart. Aspen Extreme begins to backpedal, and then it's farther back to Spartak. Well behind is Democratic. 47-2 was the time for the half. Moving for the far turn, Rolling Palisades just a neck in front of Hibachi. On the inside, now beginning to move up Ronin Warrior. Under a vigorous ride 3 wide is Taxable Goods. Wise Jude is in between horses. Hibachi coming up on even terms with Rolling Palisades as they come to the quarter pole. Hibachi now gets the lead. Ronin Warrior poses a threat on the outside. Taxable Goods with a wide run turning for home. Rolling Palisades trying to hold tough down at the inside. It's Hibachi in front. At the gate pole, Hibachi draws clear. Ronin Warrior now takes aim. On the inside, Rolling Palisades back to third. The entry is 1-2. Hibachi 3 lengths in front of Ronin Warrior. They come to the finish. It will be Hibachi. Hibachi wins it 2.5. Well, Dick, in the setup, I mentioned that Hibachi, kind of the light went on. It won 2 of the last 3 starts. Didn't seem to like the 7/8 last time out. Goes back long again and wins by daylight here. Hibachi has now won 3 out of his last 4 starts. He does so here, winning by 2.5. Pays $4 to win. And Dick Lupe went 1-2 because Ronin Warrior ran second.
Yeah, it is funny when these horses take forever to win. Then they win. They go, hey, I like this. I don't know why that is. It's just weird. You figure a horse that loses all that time is going to keep losing. Now he's won 3 or 4.
The other thing I thought that was interesting about the entry, Dick, is they both kind of had a similar running style, and I kind of expected maybe one to scratch out, but Lupe left them both in, and he knew what he was doing because he ran 1-2.
Of course he did.
Well, Dick, let's get to our first break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing. We'll get to our national coverage. We mentioned some guy named Bob Baffert and maybe a good-looking 2-year-old. Well, then we come back after this.
21.8 was the opening quarter mile for this first-time starter.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Breeding thoroughbreds is a complicated business, but one that is done for the love of the horse and the sport of horse racing. Founded in 1948, the Pennsylvania Horse Breeders Association is a not-for-profit organization focused on the breeding and care of thoroughbred horses. PHBA is responsible for managing all aspects of the Pennsylvania Breeding Fund and the official registration, marketing, and promotion of Pennsylvania-bred thoroughbred racehorses. PHBA works with industry leaders to help bring reform and benefits to breeders, owners, racetracks, and the general public. Breeding thoroughbreds is a unique and gratifying lifestyle, one that allows participants an experience unmatched in its emotional intensity and in the enduring social relationships it forges. Whether you're currently a breeder or considering getting involved in this exciting industry, the Pennsylvania Horse Breeders Association can help in your quest to master the complexities of breeding a thoroughbred.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Time for our national segment. It's brought to you by Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. And Dick, when the Breeders' Cup was over, it seemed like just about every good horse in Bob Baffert's barn was being retired.
Yes.
Suddenly, he had no cards in his cards in his hand.
Yep.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. Very highly touted 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Started in the second race last Sunday at Del Mar. I mean, touted to the point where the horse was 1-5.
Right.
Keith. Life is Good, a son of Into Mischief. And they brought Mike Smith, who just kind of disappeared.
Right.
Had a bad summer. Now all of a sudden he's hot. So it's Smith and Baffert and the guys that owned Justified. Life is Good.
Life
his
is
debut
good.
at
Yes.
Del Mar.
So this is his first time out of
It
there.
is.
He's a 2-year-old.
And he's 1-5. And he's by Into Mischief.
Pretty good sire, Into Mischief. Could he be any good?
Well, let's
Let's just take a look. Here's Bob Baffert's Life is Good career debut at Del Mar.
Life is Good had a great start immediately to the early lead, opening up a length and a half from Santos to Wilson, and Wipe the Slate on the outside is away running in third. Break of another 5 lengths more, back to Scales of Justice and Roman Centurion. It is Life is Good and Mike Smith out there in front. They're in the clear by 2.5. Santos to Wilson tracks in second. Wipe the Slate is third, 5 lengths off the lead. 21.8 was the opening quarter mile for this first-time starter who leads the way into the far turn. The highly regarded Life is Good on top by 3 lengths. Santos to Wilson second. Wipe the Slate is third by another 5 lengths. Then Roman Centurion and Scales of Justice around the far turn. Life is Good on top through a 44.84 half mile. He's a rocket ship. Mike Smith is just sitting in the saddle, not moving at all at the top of the stretch. Life is Good in his debut comes to the final furlong with a 6-length lead. And then it's Wipe the Slate on the outside and Santos to Wilson. Life is Good. Really, really, really good.
Well, Dick, I dare say, as Larry Colmus said, life is what? Really good? Very good?
Very,
very
good. Very good.
Dick, does it seem like Bob Baffert just gets all the good horses? Tell us how good this horse was.
Yeah, look, he got a 90 buyer. Everybody just saw it. At no time did Mike ask this horse to run at all. And Mike actually was getting close to retiring, Keith. All of his good horses were retired. He wasn't winning very much in the summer. Well, he's winning now at Del Mar, and obviously he's not going to retire here. This is a great one. Remember 2 years ago when Justify won his first start was in February.
Right.
And he was 40-1 the next day in the future book. 5 minutes after this race was over in Vegas, Life is Good was 12-1, the second choice. There are no more hidden Bob Baffert stars in the barn, but yeah, he looks like he's a really good one. His works were great. He obviously ran great. We'll see what happens from here on in. Life is Good as a name for 2021.
How good is Into Mischief as a sire, Dick?
Well, he just had the horse of the year, authentic.
Yep.
We'll never know how good Maximus Mischief was going to be. He was a sire of Into Mischief, but yeah, it's one star after another by Into Mischief.
Dick, more national coverage. Let's head to Churchill Downs for the Grade 3 Chaluki. This is the 1/3 mile. Fillies and mares for a purse of $100,000. Number 2, Finite, goes off as the choice here at 6-5 for trader Steve Asmussen. Dick, Finite, a Grade 2 winner at 2, a Grade 2 winner at 3. And is also 2 for 2 at Churchill, so sir, a lot to like here.
Yeah, likes Churchill. Obviously, Steve wins a lot of races, 9,000 and counting. So yeah, obvious favorite in this field.
Second choice, number 3, is Grand Cru Class A, goes off at 4-1 for trainer Bill Mott. Now she's a young filly by Bernardini. Did not make her debut until late May of her 3-year-old season, but so far things have gone pretty well.
Yeah, 3 for 4, not far from being 4 for 4, and her only loss was in a Grade 2 to Venetian Harbor.
Finite, number 2, the 6-5 choice of the Grade 3 Chaluki. Here's the call.
Crazy Sexy Money was in tight soon after the break. Good beginning for Risky Mandate racing for the lead. Senenus is also there. Grand Cru Class A showing some speed. Nuru's not far behind. Unique Factor races up in behind them. Finite comes away mid-pack at about 5 lengths off the lead in the opening quarter mile. Where Risky Mandate shows the way. Risky Mandate onto the main track in front. Senenus hard held while second. Grand Cru Class A toward the inside is racing third. Unique Factor is fourth. Crazy Sexy Money in the clear fifth. Nuru down inside sixth. Finite comes away in seventh and is 8 lengths off the lead of Risky Mandate. Farther back, Gold Standard and Wowanelli at the back. 22-3. A swift opening fraction. The half mile, ambitious, 45-2. They're on the far turn, chasing Risky Mandate, the leader by a length with 3 furlongs to go. Senenus is getting closer from second now. Grand Cru Class A set to strike in behind while third. Unique Factors in with a shot while fourth. Nuru right in the thick of it, racing fifth. And Finite comes wide from sixth. Gold Standard in behind in seventh. Wowanelli's cut in the corner in eighth. Top of the stretch, Senenus comes away with the lead. Risky Mandate gives it up. Finite is flying, and here comes Finite. Finite finding stride at the 8th pole, strikes to front. Senenus battles on though. Senenus not done yet. Finite short lead, now opening up. Finite opening up by a length, now a length and a half. Senenus with a good effort back into second, but under the wire, it's Finite.
Dick, those 1/3 miles can set up with a pretty fast pace. They're running straight for so long, it seems like that the pace can be quick. So a hot pace here for Finite to run at. Boy, does she run at, because she's full of run in that last furlong and a half. She goes on to win by 2.5 lengths and pays $4.40 to win. Dick, Finite has proved her mettle in the past, and she does it again here at Churchill. She's now 3 for 3 on the strip.
Yeah, closing on $800,000 in earnings, Keith. 6 for 11 lifetime with 3 seconds, so it obviously doesn't run very many bad races and did not run one here. here.
Let's get out to Del Mar. It's the Grade 3 native diver, 1 mile and 1/8 here for a purse of $100,000 and got scratched down to a short field of 4. The favorite number 4, Mid-Court, goes off at a really short price here at 2-5 for trader John Sheriffs. Romped in this race last year, and Dick, 4 of the last 5 races that Mid-Court has been in against the heavyweights.
Improbable, maximum security, improbable. Yeah, they're all over the place. None of them in here, as you said, won the race last year, actually beat Extra Hope, who's the choice right behind him.
You get 2-5 if you want to go anywhere near 2-5. The second choice, number 3, Royal Ship, is 3-1 for trader Dick Mandela. Dick has been on the turf and has lost to Mo Forza in the first 2 races. Had come up from Brazil the first 2 races here in the U.S., so on the dirt here this time.
Yeah, I was a little surprised on paper why this horse should be the second choice, given all turf and the fact that Extra Hope has some good lines, but people will bet what they want to bet.
Is Mid-Court going to romp again at 2-5? Here's the call.
So they head around that turn, 23.86 the opening quarter mile, and the front runner here is Extra Hope. A length and a half to the good of Mid-Court, who's second on the outside. Combatant rides the rail in third, 2.5 lengths off the lead, and then Royal Ship, who's 6 lengths to make up. So onto the backstretch they go, and it is Extra Hope and Juan Hernandez up top. Mid-Court on the outside is 3/4 of a length behind. The running order was exactly the opposite last year. They're 1-2 up the backstretch, and Combatant is third. Royal Ship continues to run along fourth, 5 lengths from the front, past this first half in 47.79 seconds. So it's been an easy tempo here for Extra Hope, who has the advantage as they race for the far turn. Mid-Court on the outside of Combatant, second and third. Royal Ship trying to come and get them from fourth. He's starting to close in a bit. Royal Ship only 3 lengths behind now as they round the far turn. It is still Extra Hope. Mid-Court on the outside. Combatant is saving every inch of ground. Royal Ship is still the trailer and has now come under pressure at the back of the pack. They're into the stretch. Extra Hope the leader. Mid-Court on the outside. Combatant trying his best down toward the rail. 1 furlong to run. Extra Hope has something left. Extra Hope in front down to the 16th pole. Mid-Court, Combatant, and Royal Ship. They're coming to the line, and Extra Hope turns the tables on Mid-Court.
Dick, last year in the native diver, Mid-Court made the front and controlled the race. This time, maybe not. How about number 5, Extra Hope gets to the lead, 4-1. Trader Dick Mandela. How often do we see this? 3-1 on the other horse.
Yes.
The longer price at 4-1. Extra Hope goes gate to wire and pays $10.40 to win at a 4-horse field.
It's all about the trip. As you said, Keith, last year Extra Hope was chasing Mid-Court. This year it was the other way. Extra Hope, wire to wire, 94 buyer.
Dick, let's get up to Woodbine.
All right.
How about the Grade 2 Kennedy Road, 6 furlongs, and it features number 7, Pink Lloyd. Pink Lloyd is now an 8-year-old. He goes off at even money here for trader Robert Tiller. Dick, this horse has won 26 of 31 races lifetime. That's right, 26 of 31. That's not a misprint. Dick, it has been a long time since Pink Lloyd has not hit the winner's circle.
Yeah, he's won 10 in a row, Keith. He actually had a race he got beaten in, but he was declared a non-starter because of an issue at the starting gate. So he hasn't lost a race since the 27th of October of 2018, the Pink Lloyd.
Second choice, number 2, Ride a Comet, is 2-1 here for trader Mark Cassie. We'll talk about Mark a little bit later on in the program. Dick made a start at Del Mar, the Grade 2 Del Mar Derby, back in September of 2018, and then was not seen for a long time.
Was not seen for a long time, off over 2 years, but came back running with a win at this racetrack on the 16th of October.
Off for 2 years, comes back and wins, and is 2-1 against Pink Lloyd.
He must think something is going on.
Here's the call.
Off they race, and Pink Lloyd won the break in the Kennedy Road Stakes. Grabbing the early lead, though, is Silent Poet from Dixie's Gamble, and coming through on the inside, Super Stonehenge, and right behind them, Escaminson, and 2 lengths away, Roaring Forties, and on the inside is Ride a Comet. Pink Lloyd caught a bit wide today, but showing up is Silent Poet by a length to Escaminson, driving into second spot. And then Dixie's Gamble shading Super Stonehenge. Pink Lloyd is relaxed just behind them, a half away, a length to Roaring Forties. And tucking up on the rails, Ride a Comet as they bunch up. And out in front, Silent Poet by a length, Escaminson. Super Stonehenge on the inside of Dixie's Gamble. Pink Lloyd lost a tad of ground into the turn. Is starting to rev the motor now. Ride a Comet is handy enough if good enough. And back last of all is Roaring Forties as they start the run towards the quarter, and Silent Poet still the one to run down from Super Stonehenge. Ride a Comet limbing. Pink Lloyd's had a tough run today, is coming after them down the outside, and now Ride a Comet and Pink Lloyd is behind, but Ride a Comet has swooped and dashed away in the Kennedy Road Stakes and is all over a winner. It's Ride a Comet's race. Ride a Comet in consummate ease by a length and a half. Super Stonehenge, a Mark Cassie exacteth.
Well, Dick, Pink Lloyd drew the outside gate here and really was wide the whole way. Did not get a very good trip and ends up not even getting up for second. But Dick, I'm not sure even with a good trip he was going to beat Ride a Comet, because Ride a Comet was really good. When he came off the inside, he came roaring down the lane and went on to win it by just over a length and paid $6.90 to win. And what a training job by Mark Cassie. Off 2 years, comes back and wins 2 in a row, and this one a grade 2.
Yeah, no doubt. This one was good enough to win the Del Mar Derby a couple of years ago as a 3-year-old on the grass in early September. 95 buyer here, Keith. That's about what Pink Lloyd normally runs, but as you said, just a tough trip. But yeah, it would have been interesting to see if the best of Pink Lloyd would have come out there. But look, he is 8, and he was due to lose a race after not losing for 2 years.
Well, Dick, let's get to our next break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing, Jockey and Trader of the Week and Race Recap, all coming up next after this.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Time for Jockey and Trader of the Week, brought to you by the Turning for Home program, the best in the industry. Log on to their website at turningforhome.org. Dick, Jockey of the Week, how about Abner Adorno? Abner had taken his tack down to Delaware, and now with Delaware closed, he's back here and finding that winner's circle again. Abner Adorno is our Jockey of the Week. Trader of the Week, Mario Dominguez, had a big week last week. After we got off the air on Tuesday, he went out and won not 1, not 2, but how about 3 races? And Dick had won the last race before, so he had 4 wins in less than 1 full program. So that's a good couple of days for Mario Dominguez, our Trader of the Week. Race Recap brought to you by Pewter Stable. Log on to their website at pewterstable.com. Become an owner today. Let's head up to Aqueduct for the Grade 3 Red Smith, 1 mile and 3/8, one of those long-distance turf races, Dick. And you love the favorite, number 4, Sadler's Joy, 9-5 on Sadler's Joy. Dick, one of those horses that always gets bet, comes running late, and almost never wins.
Yeah, he's won $2.6 million, so he's obviously been a good horse through the years, Keith, but he hasn't had an official win since the Red Smith of 2019. He did finish first one time and got DQ'd, so you can't bet on these horses
Dick, this
ever.
One of those races that they're really spread out. We got the long shot leaders up by 1 million and can't hold on. Here comes number 5, North Dakota at 8-1.
Yeah, North Dakota, by the way, is a half-brother to the great sire Warfront. Gets up to win it, and I love that real factor out there. By I don't know, they said 12 in the chart, looked like 20 and 151 to 1. Did not only get beat 3 lengths.
North Dakota pays $19.40 to win. Back up to Woodbine, the Grade 3 Ontario Derby. Ballard at 8th on that synthetic surface. The favorite here, number 6, Mighty Heart at 9-5. But Dick, Mike Maker goes up with number 1, Field Pass, who'd been on the turf, switches to the Tapete at 5-2, and here he comes up the inside.
Yeah, Mike Maker is closing on 250 wins in a year with a pandemic. Yeah. That's what kind of year he's had. Field Pass is going to split him, come up the rail late, and win it by a length.
$7.70 to win. Finally gets the Grade 2 Bessarabian up at Woodbine. Grade 2 race at 7/8 for the Fillies and Bears. The favorite, number 4, Artie's Princess, is 5-2. Dicky's Artie's Princess got to hang on here.
He's up by 2 late. Looks like
here comes Boardroom.
Holds on to win it by a head.
Artie's Princess 5-2 pays $7 to win. That's Race Recap. Eye on Racing, Dick. Down at Churchill Downs, how about the Grade 1 Clark Handicap?
Yeah, it's a huge field. It's a lot of the horses that weren't quite good enough to win the big races, but are trying to get the last big Grade 1 for older horses in their pockets before the year ends.
Big race for the 2-year-olds at Churchill over the weekend as well. The Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club will have that action for you next week here on Let's Go Racing. News and notes. We'll wrap it up after this.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Did you know the Pennsylvania horse racing industry provides health care and pensions for thousands of workers who in turn spend their income supporting local communities? And we do it with zero tax dollars while creating tens of thousands of jobs.
Standing at Diamond B Farm in Mooresville, Pennsylvania is Flashback, sire of Eclipse champion 2-year-old filly, British Idiom. And new for 2020 is Grade 1 Man o' War Stakes winner, Boisterous. New track record setter at Gulfstream, Social Inclusion. Grade 1 grandson of Stormcat, Talent Search. Graded placed Eastwood. And the outstanding sire, Uptown Charlie Brown. All standing at Diamond B Farm.
Did you know the Pennsylvania horse racing industry spends tens of millions of dollars supporting agriculture, from local farmers and farm workers to veterinarians and more? And we do it with zero tax dollars while creating tens of thousands of jobs.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing News and Notes. The final segment brought to you by the Granny Fund. Get involved with continued education on the backstretch and do it with the Granny Fund. Bruce Casella, Danny Gibson, Dick Girardi, Keith Jones, and Dick. We had Lupe with that career milestone last week, but a couple we want to mention today. Another kind of a local guy. We see him here regularly, and Flint Stites with 2000.
Yeah, he's been at Penn National forever and ships in here every once in a while. Really, really good trainer.
So 2000 for Flint, and how about our man Mark Cassie? Not 2000, but how about 3000?
Yeah, look, he had a great year last year when he won the Preakness at Belmont. Probably his best horse is Tepin, who won the Breeders' Cup race and went to Royal Ascot and won. And Mark was elected to the Hall of Fame this year. Unfortunately, they did not have a ceremony, so hopefully they'll have one for him in Saratoga next year.
Well, Dick, back at the beginning, we saw Life is Good with a career debut. And as far as career debuts go, how'd you feel about that?
Yeah, I'll say what Larry Comas said first. He said it's the best debut he's seen since he called Curlin, who won as a 3-year-old on Super Bowl Sunday back in 2007. Of course, then went on to win the Preakness, the Breeders' Cup Classic, was the horse of the year. That's pretty impressive. I would put it up there with Justify's debut. Right. Although Justify was faster on the numbers, but Justify was also a couple months further along. It was into February by that time. But yeah, it was pretty dazzling. Clearly, this is going to be a horse that we'll see at Santa Anita, maybe in like the San Felipe or the San Vicente or something early in January of next year.
So obviously this start comes late in the 2-year-old season, so he's going to sit out and make a 3-year-old debut?
I would think so. There's really nothing for him. I think the 2-year-old stake, the Grade 1, comes up a little too soon, so I would think Bob would just roll him into early next year. That'd be my guess.
Right. Well, he's got some talent, we know that.
Yes, he does.
He's got a pretty good trainer, we know that.
Yes, he does.
He has a pretty good jockey, we know that. Things could be good for Life is Good.
Yeah, he couldn't. Look, again, you want to see him run against better competition, but that was pretty awesome.
Don't forget, live racing continues here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with the 12:25 post. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.